What is going on, Cancer Collective? Welcome back to the channel, Elevated Spirits. It's Jazzy, your favorite Cali reader. This is going to be your what is spirit restoring in your life spread reading, okay? As always, my readings are timeless unless otherwise specified. So whenever you see this message is when it is meant for you. So just know that these things could be having already played out, or things are still, this is what's to come, okay? So please take the messages as they resonate. They're not going to resonate with all of you, nor are they meant to. So please don't take it personal. That's what the private consultations are for. So if you're feeling so called, feel free to reach out for those. All right. So I am going to start off with the bottoms of the decks, the messages that are hidden, that are unseen right now. That's why they're at the bottom. And then we'll get into the main spread, which is going to cover what spirit is restoring in general, what area of life that might be, what spirit is restoring regarding your spiritual journey, what spirit needs from you, like what you can do to assist and support this restoration process, and regarding your money, career, finances, which the other signs, for whatever reason, I just wasn't guided to use the actual money deck for, to actually do a part for money, career, finances. But for you and Pisces, and I guess the rest of the signs I have. So, some other signs might be jealous. I apologize. I didn't do it on purpose. I just, I do what I'm told. I just work here, like for real. So Cancer, you guys did get quite a few. Like, I was only trying to pull one, but like for the first row you got 5. So I feel like this reading is definitely going to go deep. It feels like there's quite a few messages here that obviously you need, so that's why I kept them. So yeah, we're gonna get into this for you guys. Okay, hope y'all are doing well. Hope you're doing your best to stay as aligned and balanced as possible through the shifts and planetary changes and the energy shifts, the ascension symptoms, all the things. Just do your best to stay as hydrated as possible, grounded, get outside in nature. Holistic ways as much as possible is going to be the move. Do what you do though. So anywho, let's get into this. So looking at the bottoms of the decks that I used, we have family, door to romance, media, secret, yin, hierophant, and princess of wands. Okay. So what this feels like here is some of you Cancers, it feels like some of you are feeling healing some family rifts, some family wounds, and that could be opening doors up to love. Okay, so otherwise for some of you could be meeting someone. That could be part of what's being restored here, is meeting someone that you might end up having a family with. Okay, I'm not saying that everybody's looking for that. It's obviously not possible for everybody. I get that, but like I said, if that doesn't resonate with you, obviously that's not your message. It's really that simple. So please don't get offended. Okay. But it feels like some of you, there's some shadow work that some of you might be doing or have been doing, and it's healing family wounds here. And so for those of you that have been looking for, love, looking for romance, things like that, you're being asked to prepare for that. Some of you are literally being positioned to come into union with someone that you may end up marrying, okay? Or just someone that you're in a serious commitment with. For some of you, it is related to a soul contract, someone that you're meant to, go through, learn from, teach, go through some things with. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but I'm just saying like someone that you're actually going to be serious with, okay? And some of you, it feels like you might be starting maybe a YouTube channel, okay? Some of you might be guided to do that. And that may be something that it feels like if you are being guided to do that, whether it's like, let's say your own channel, a podcast, basically putting your face out there in some way, or your brand out there in some type of way, that is going to be successful. For some of you, if that's been something you're being guided to do or nudged to do, this is your indication to go ahead and do that. Let this be confirmation that if that's something you've been considering, then this is your permission slip, so to speak, to go ahead and do that. Okay. And others of you, if it's like you haven't started it yet, or you've been thinking about it, but you kind of been like putting it off, or, haven't been that motivated or whatever, this is kind of like your indication of spirit saying there's no better time than the present. So if that's something you're being guided to do, something you've already been kind of working on, but kind of put off, or, put on the back burner, you're not really feeling that motivated, whatever it is that you need to do, cultivate that inspiration, because motivation is fleeting. I had to learn that shit the hard way. Okay. So, you can't depend on that. You can't rely on that. That's why it's important to get clear about why you're doing what you're doing. So even on the days you don't feel motivated, you still push through with your discipline. Your discipline will show up in the place of the motivation you might be lacking. All right. So I also feel like this is definitely a period to be open to receive. Some of you may be healing a mother wound. Okay. And that could be, especially for like the masculines, let's say, for example, that, might be struggling or have struggled in the past with love or romance, things like that, this is, I feel like for some of you, your mother wound, you guys have learned a lot of lessons regarding woundings as, you know, when it relates to a mother figure. Maybe some of you lost your mom at a young age, or some of you, you know, just didn't get that love that you needed from a mother figure or from your mom, whatever, to where, you know, or even if you did, it's just maybe that somehow something in your past, it distorted or tainted your feminine connection, your connection to the feminine energy. Okay, so where, you know, you guys, I feel like have closed out some soul, you know, contracts, some learned some deep lessons. Okay, some of you, it has to do with definitely doing with their shadow work, to where you're being asked to, being open to receive. Okay, and I know that can be scary, it can be definitely uncomfortable, but I feel like if there are things that are presenting themselves to you, especially something you've asked for, this is your opportunity to be open to receive it. Okay, if you ask for it and it shows up, it's obviously it's there for you for the taking. Okay, so I be getting a lot of messages and they come real fast, so I run out of breath, so I do apologize in advance when I'm like taking all these deep breaths. It's not because I'm necessarily overwhelmed, but I'm like running out of air trying to get it all out, so forgive me. All right, so let's see. So what is spirit restoring? Ooh, so appreciation. Okay, and in what area of life? Grieving. So some of you Cancers are, it's like spirit, I feel like, is showing up in some type of way where something you have lost, and this doesn't necessarily, for some of you it is where you've actually lost a person, or, you know, lost someone to transition, but for others of you it may just be simply something that you're grieving. Okay, it could be something that happened a long time ago. It could be like a job loss, a breakup, whatever that might be, some type of door that maybe just closed, that you really wanted to stay a bit longer and it just didn't, or something that, you know, you wanted but didn't work out. Like it could be a number of things, so please take it only as it resonates. But it's like spirit is showing you, I feel like some of you have really gone through some major fucking losses. Cancers that I know have really gone through the fucking ringer, especially when it comes to physical transitions and losses and things like that. And I feel like some of you Cancers have been really fucking strong about it, and the universe is about to show you just how much it appreciates your resilience, your ability to still show up, to not give up, to not give in to, you know, your circumstances or the challenges that have presented themselves to you. It's like y'all have really, I feel like, gone through a lot, but you've also overcome a lot. Okay, and I feel like the universe is about to show you just how much you're appreciated for your efforts and for the things you've gone through. And, you know, but you still being a good person, still showing up, still doing, you know, what you're being asked to do, what you're being guided to do, whatever that might be for you. You know, it's like you guys are going to be coming into this energy. If it hasn't started happening yet, very soon you guys are going to see just how much you are appreciated, whether this is showing up through a love connection, or, you know, where it's someone that actually appreciates you, or this is just the universe that's going to start blessing you in different ways to kind of make up for anything that has been lost. And I get it, especially if it's someone you lost, like your mom or a parent, or, you know, someone like that. It's not going to fully make up for that. No one can ever take the place of an actual person that you lost, but it is, you know, someone that maybe comes in their place to love you and, you know, nurture you in those ways that maybe you didn't get from this person now that they're gone, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, it's like I said, not to replace them. No one could ever replace, you know, someone that's gone, but it is to kind of just like pick up where they left off and do the best they can with where you are. Okay, so clarifying that energy. I had quite a few cards that came out, and that's why I kept them all, because I saw like a sneak peek of these two here and I was just like, holy shit. So I just went ahead and kept them all for you guys. I don't want to feel like I'm robbing you of your messages. Okay, so so we have the Emperor, okay, which is father figure, Aries energy. Okay, major arcana for Aries. We also have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, we have the Star, which is Aquarius energy, so two major arcanas already. The Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Jupiter energy, Sagittarius energy. And we have the Six of Wands. Okay, so as you can see, obviously is why I kept them. So I feel like for some of you Cancer, you guys have, I feel like, been working really hard on something. You've been maybe putting a lot of time, energy, effort into something. Whatever you've been growing, whatever you've been investing in, that's about to shine. I feel like whatever you guys have been like hoping for based on the work you've been doing, whatever you've been nurturing, whatever you've been like tending to, that's about to blow up in the best way. Okay, I feel like for some of you, it's like, say for example, if you lost a parent, right? And the universe is, that was like a major loss for you, right? And so in turn, once that happened, you kind of felt like, you know what, because I lost this person that meant so much to me, I'm going to double down on my work and I'm going to make them proud. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make them proud and show them that, you know, even though they're not here to like come to my stuff or see me really shine in the physical, right? I'm gonna still show them in spirit that, you know, like I'm gonna carry the legacy on, basically. So it's like, because some of you have chosen to do that, like, however, that's obviously, like I said, not gonna fit for everyone, but you know, you can kind of read between the lines if you can on how that might apply to you. But it just feels like whatever you have been working so hard on is about to yield major success. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. So excuse me, we have appreciation here. Okay, we have the Emperor card here. Okay, the Emperor speaks of boss energy, success, entrepreneurship, successful, you know, boss. Okay, then we have the Star, so that's showing up, you know, being in the spotlight, getting what you've been asking for, being in alignment with your destiny. Okay, things happening that is meant to happen for you. Okay, and then we have the Wheel, so these are things turning in your favor, positive outcomes, positive changes. Destiny is at play here again, so 2 cards of destiny are showing up here. And then we have the 6 of Wands, okay, which is representing overcoming challenges. Okay, anything that's been challenging you, stifling you, holding you back, whatever, it's like you're overcoming that and you're shining brightly. You're being lifted up in some type of way. It's like being awarded or rewarded for your hard work, for your efforts, for whatever, you know, challenges you've overcome. This is, you know, you're being, it's like the spotlight is finally on you. It's like your hard work is finally paying off. The challenges you've experienced, yes, it was for purpose, but you're finally like coming on, like on the other side of that. Okay, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards here, basically speaking of success and victory, things turning in your favor, like all positive, you know what I'm saying? So it just feels like the universe is appreciating you in such a major way. And just because of those 5 cards, 5s represent change. Okay, whether they're positive or negative, it's just the label you choose to give it, you know, a lot of times based on how we feel, but you can choose, you know, what that is for you. So it feels like whatever these changes that are occurring at this time, Cancer, are very positive. It feels like a really super positive time for you. And like I said, it's like whatever you've been working so hard on, the universe has been watching. Your guides have been watching. They've seen, you know, what people have done, what people have said. They know the conversations that have been had without you being present. Okay, like they know people's intentions. So it's like you're being so appreciated for all the work you've been putting in, all the people you've been helping, all the impact you've been making, even through your own loss, even through the things that you've been grieving, even through this, whatever for some of you is just going through major changes where it feels like a loss, for some of you having just maybe grieving your old self or your old reality. Things are just not the same anymore. Okay, and I feel like some of y'all have really been a trooper through that, so to speak. You've been really powering through that and really being as strong as you can to, you know, keep showing up and to keep pouring into your craft or to whatever it is that you've been working on, to where the universe has been seeing that. They've been taking note, right? And so I feel like you guys are about to be rewarded in a major way. All right, so clarifying all that energy is the 4 of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is something that maybe you haven't been able to let go of, something you've been holding maybe really near and dear to your heart, and the universe has been taking note of that. But for others of you, this could just be also simply talking about you know, coming into some sort of abundance, okay, where things are finally on the upswing for you, and now you're coming into enough finances to where you not only have enough money to pay all your bills and take care of things and take care of business, right, standing on business, but you have enough to save as well. Okay, where some of you might be kind of like in the stingy kind of energy. I wouldn't recommend that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I would just say that that's the type of energy that's coming to you. Okay, and it's the universe's way of showing you how much it appreciates your efforts and not giving up on yourself or on your mission. All right, so let's keep going. Okay, so spiritually speaking, we have Ostara, incubation, okay, and ancestors, remembrance. All right, so it feels like some of you are kind of like, it's like coming into a new version of yourself. Okay, it feels like some of you have definitely released some type of old, have gone through like a major transformation where it kind of like forced you to shed old skin. Okay, and so you guys have been maybe in this kind of like hermit mode of kind of like, you know, it's like in the sense of being protected through this rebirthing process, through this process that some of you are coming out on the other side of, that you've been kind of like working through. It's like I was saying earlier with family, some of you have been healing some type of family wound or have closed some type of cycle, something like that, that was maybe passed down through your ancestors. Okay, and I feel like some of you are kind of like coming to this knowingness of where you come from. It's kind of like being reborn in a whole new way. Some of you are remembering your lineage, or remembering that you are an actual ancestor, and a lot of us are. A lot of us are our own ancestors, okay? So some of you are kind of like maybe coming into new knowledge through this rebirthing process, through this new growth, this new cycle, this new version of yourself that some of you are like in this, you know, transformative energy here of becoming, like I was saying earlier, with maybe grieving your old life or your old way of being, an old version of yourself. For some of you, if it's not an actual person that you're grieving, or, you know, like a loss or a breakup of some sort, for some of you, it's just really grieving an old life. Like you're in this energy of you can no longer be in who you once were. It's like, you know, kind of like trying to stay in clothes that you've outgrown. You see what I'm saying? So some of you, it's like you're coming out of that energy here, where you're coming and stepping into this new version and kind of like remembering where you've come from, where you kind of got, it feels like you guys are kind of like remembering your strength. Like your ancestors are, I feel like, are really working hard behind the scenes to remind you how powerful you are, remind you where you came from, to remind you, you know, how strong you are. It's like our ancestors not only, you know, obviously chose us to break certain cycles that they couldn't break, or that they didn't have enough time to break, or didn't have the resources or the knowledge accessible to break, but confirmation alarm. But some of you, for some of you, it's like a siren. Some of you, that sounded like, I know it was a car alarm, but it sounded like a siren. Some of you have incarnated into this lifetime to be a siren. I will look that up if you don't know what that is. But some of you, it's kind of like are being called to be a siren. And that could be for some of you where it's like you've been maybe in this energy of kind of like, I don't know what's next. I'm scared. I don't know, you know, what's on the other side of this new version. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I've been wearing these. It's kind of like, for example, if you've been wearing the same clothes for so long and you've outgrown them to where you just cannot fit them anymore. They won't stay on, or they're just way too small, and you have to buy new clothes, right? It's like, I don't know what's on the other side of wearing these new clothes. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that, where it's, you know, I get it. That's not the best example, but that's what I'm getting here. It's just, you know, kind of just the point of stepping into a whole new version. And some of you are being asked to really give yourself more credit for your strength, your perseverance, your capability of, you know, being able to step into this in your full power. Okay. So I feel like some of you are really remembering at this time who you really are, who you're connected to, who your ancestors are. Okay. Some of you may be kind of like now in this energy of seeing, you know, spirits, or seeing things that you never saw before. You know, seeing energies, you know, whatever. Some of you, it's like your gifts are being up leveled in some type of way, and that's part of maybe this new version that some of you are adapting or coming into. Okay. And it's like your ancestors, it feels like, are definitely highly involved in this. It feels like your ancestors may be responsible for the gifts that are either coming online for some of you, or for others of you, gifts that are being increased at this time, that are kind of like being leveled up or upgraded in some type of way. It feels like your ancestors are responsible for that. So, you know, just know that though, whatever this is that you're experiencing, this kind of like process of kind of like still in this, you know, baby phase, or it feels like that, just know you're being protected. It feels like your ancestors are, you know, definitely protecting you at this time until you're ready to actually come out, until you're actually ready to wear essentially your new clothes, right? To step into this new version. So clarifying that energy. First out, we have the Five of Wands. Okay. This could definitely feel like a challenge for some of you. I feel like some of you maybe have definitely been like kind of like fighting, it feels like demons or spirits that are showing up through other people. Okay. And that could be people that are showing up as lovers, or people that you thought cared about you. Okay. And some of you, that's kind of like, it feels like more of an initiation process, even though that card didn't come out here. It gives me that energy. That's the vibe it gives me, is that some of you, this is part of an initiation. Okay. And it's like, because it feels like some of you Cancers have passed with flying colors. You hear it? Some of you have passed with flying colors to where you're being appreciated for your efforts. Even if for some of you, it didn't feel like that because of the challenges, but for some of you, this is your indication that that was part of the process. Is that every, you know, kind of like level up comes with its own set of challenges. It comes with, you know, its own set of, you know, training, so to speak. And that's what some of you have experienced. Okay. And it could have been showing up in people that you love or care about, or people that were, you know, that you were dating, or you know, that you considered a lover, but it's like it's like it was teaching you something. Okay. Some of you, it was part of, again, an initiation. For some of you, it was because you were a student. It was teaching you. So you have to be the student first before you could be the teacher, right? So some of you, that's kind of what that was. It was the student process, you know, helping you start over, helping you step into, you know, to pick and choose, you know, what you're going to do. For some of you, it's kind of like choosing, you know, it's like you had to know the challenge to know what it's like you got to know what you don't want to know what you do want. So if you're full of, you know, people that are constantly causing drama and challenges and shit like that, you then know that I don't want that, and I want more of a harmonious type of thing. Okay, so it's like giving you an opportunity to start over, to lay a new foundation, to learn something new, or apply now this new knowledge that some of you are coming into, or these new gifts that some of you are coming into. For some of you, it's supporting you in now being able to monetize from that, or being able to just basically start over in life, so to speak, from this restored, you know, place, this new version of yourself. Okay, so clarifying that is the Six of Cups. So this is interesting. Okay, so for some of you, this could definitely be, you know, an opportunity to restore something with someone from your past. But for others of you, this is kind of like looking back on how far you've come. Okay, the Six of Cups doesn't always mean that the past is coming back around, although obviously for some of you it may. But this could definitely be a past life connection, okay, or something that's, you know, coming back around that has the potential to grow into more. You know, there's just, it's like an opportunity. It's up to you what you do with it. But, you know, for others of you, this is, you know, kind of like just the past is showing you, like, look, see how far you've come. You know what I'm saying? And that by doing that, it allows you to appreciate your journey and appreciate your own strength, because you're looking back, you're like, holy shit, like I have actually, like I'm stressing about what I don't have, and not realizing, like, damn, like I've actually come a long way. Okay, so what Spirit needs from you is mending. Okay, so it's card 52. Okay, some of you may have a life path 52 or a 7. Okay, you also have 6, 7 with the 15. Oh no, that's a, yeah, reduces to a 6. The 52 reduces to a 7. So it's like, you know, for a progression. Okay, things moving forward. 6, 6, 6. That does not mean the devil, by the way, just so you know. I would highly recommend looking that up, do your own research. So Spirit needs, it feels like with this mending card, it just kind of feels like, you know, there may be people around that are, or people that are coming back to you, and that could be kind of what this past energy is about, that's giving you an opportunity to just forgive. It doesn't mean that just because you forgive people, or you may kind of like come into, like, make peace with the person, that you have to let them back in. That's not, you know, that's really not always necessary. Okay, so don't feel like by you mending something, or, you know, having a chance to heal something with someone, that means that you have to give it another chance. You don't have to. Okay, unless you feel guided, unless you, that was what your heart is really calling you to do, please don't feel obligated. Okay, but some of you, Spirit is it's kind of like an opportunity here is really presenting itself to heal something. And for some of you, it definitely feels like a set of family wounds, something that maybe has to do with the mother figure, mother energy, the feminine energy, whatever that is. It could be, like I said, a mother, auntie, grandmother, whatever it might be. But for some of you, it's like that wounding is blocking, essentially blocking your love life, or stifling your love life or your connection regarding love in some type of way. Okay, so clarifying that energy is the 9 of Wands and the Strength card. Okay, so for some of you, this has to do with standing up, like standing up for yourself, standing your ground. Okay, it feels like some of you definitely, maybe you have been wounded in some type of way, and you're really being called to, you know, set healthy boundaries, especially when it comes to someone that is still present in your life or in your experience. You can forgive this person, but maybe it just requires you to set boundaries, to really step into your power and be confident in what you're being guided to do, especially when it comes to healthy boundaries and knowing what those are, and actually implementing them, actually executing them. Okay, so clarifying that is the Knight of Pentacles. So this could definitely have to do with making a plan. Okay, taking your time and pushing forward. Okay, some of you, this mending could definitely have to do with, you know, simply forgiving yourself. If there is any forgiveness that's necessary, forgiving yourself with any role that you played in the situation, and, you know, pushing forward. Okay, taking your time, taking it one step at a time. And if this has to do with the actual connection, like a love, a relationship, something like that, this is Spirit saying, you know, hold back, but make sure your boundaries are in place, and take your time. Take your time with this person. Take your time with, you know, if you're doing starting something again, for those of you that are like reconnecting with someone from the past, you know, giving something another go, take your time with it. Don't rush into it. Okay. So, and that's kind of, you know, like what I was saying, it's like some of you, this could definitely be someone that you have a family with, or someone that you have seen maybe yourself having a family with. There's a potential here to maybe fix that, to maybe fix this connection. Some of you, that may be something you've been wanting, and this for some of you is your indication to go ahead and go for it. If this is what Spirit is needing from you, okay, you know, it's like that could be playing a part. Okay, to where some of you, like I said, this is someone that maybe you that you want to go towards, that some of you are wanting to reach out to, to start over, to have maybe some of you learn what you were supposed to learn from why things maybe didn't work out before. And now there's an opportunity presenting itself here for things to kind of like be worked out. But, you know, you have to be in this energy to, you know, receive. This is that feminine energy here, okay? You have to be open to receive what spirit is, you know, trying to co-create with you, okay? And be willing to walk away from the things that are not for you, all right? And knowing the difference. So let's keep going in regards to your money, career, and finances. Beautiful. So we have growth that came out first. Expect good news in money matters. A raise or a new job offer. Money will soon start flowing to your business. Promising opportunities await. Yes. So that could be, well, for some of you, this is talking about here, okay, where some of you have, you know, maybe been grieving not having enough money, or, you know, some type of loss has maybe hit you financially, or it's affected your finances in some type of way. But you guys have been really doing your best to stay strong, to keep pushing forward, to keep, you know, working, keep, you know, putting in the energy, putting in your effort, whatever that is. The universe is about to, you know, really appreciate you in a major way, okay? And it could be coming through some sort of, you know, some of you are like drivers or like truck drivers or something like that. Others of you, this could be simply just, you know, something coming through, maybe a legal matter, a lawsuit, some type of settlement, something like that, that you guys are getting that could like kind of jumpstart this flow, right? You know, kind of like help you. I feel like it may be helping you shift energetically to get that momentum started going the right direction, okay? So something in your life needs to be brought into alignment. Something in your life needs to be brought into alignment in your life. I don't know why they repeated that. Anyway. Your career may be in law, such as police, military, and courts or criminal justice. Be sure to be honest and ethical in money matters, or you'll face the consequences. Absolutely. So if you guys are starting something new, make sure that you're, you know, working with people and doing things the right way. Okay. Make sure you're not cutting corners. I feel like it's also important for you guys as well, especially when it comes to business. Money matters, like with this Emperor energy here. If you're starting a new business or your business is growing, make sure that maybe it wasn't necessary before, but maybe it's going to become necessary for you to put people on contracts, okay? So like say, for example, if you started a business and at first, because it was really, really slow, you didn't have a lot of clients, you were maybe doing pro bono work or kind of like exchanging, trading services, things like that. Now you guys are going to start getting, or you either have started or you will be getting an influx of clients to where you're going to now need to change your methods of, you know what I'm saying, accountability, or, you know, like protecting yourself from lawsuits, risk, things like that. Okay, so if you haven't maybe been putting people on contracts for your work to make sure that they pay you, to make sure that everybody's on the same page about what's expected and when and all those things, make sure that you're doing that. Make sure you're putting those you know, policies or whatever, protocols into place, okay, to protect yourself as well as, you know, your clients or who you're working with. All right. So we have transporter. This card is a good indicator that things will start moving for you rather quickly, okay? A career in transportation, such as travel, driving, shipping, could appeal to you. You could travel for work, or perhaps need to take action on some type of financial matter, okay? So like I said, for some of you, you may be invited to, you know, take a trip or kind of like go do work in another country or in another state, whatever that, you know, however that fits for you. Others of you, this could have to do with, like I was saying, like things are about to start moving quickly. So this is like your spirit's kind of like preparing you that you guys are about to, this growth, that you're about to start receiving money, maybe in a new way. This could be a whole new stream of income, or maybe just, like I said, an influx of clients, influx of collaborations, whatever that is. And so this is kind of like preparing you to get ready. Make sure that you're doing things by the book. Make sure you're doing things the right way and not cutting corners, because maybe things are starting to happen so quickly, you undercut yourself and then you pay the consequences for it. You don't want to do that. All right. So clarifying that information is, we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. We have the Seven of Wands and the Princess of Cups. Okay. So what it feels like here is, Cancer, is that your intuition is really talking to you at this time. Okay, so I really feel like some of you have been already getting the inkling, especially when it comes to your creative projects or ideas, to really follow your intuition about protecting yourself. Okay, especially when it comes to things that you're creating, you really need to do that. And we already kind of touched on that, and I feel like it's coming up here again, to really, you know, not only to proceed with caution. I mean, that's not saying be scared, but it's to say be mindful, keep your eyes open. Okay, dot your I's, cross your T's, type of thing. But this is also about following your intuition. Okay, make sure you're taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself as you pursue your creative talents. Okay, but also be optimistic about what's possible for you. Okay, be optimistic, but protect yourself. Okay, that's like, to me, in my mind, it's like a balance. Okay, it's great to be optimistic about what you're pursuing and what you're doing, but make sure you're covering yourself on the legal side So that way you can, when your fruits, right, the fruits of your labor, right, this new growth of money starts flowing in, you can enjoy it because you've already covered your basis legally, okay? So clarifying that is, ooh, come through, Cancer. We have the Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, okay? So the wheel is coming out twice, you guys. 2 different decks. The wheel is coming out twice. So for some of you, this could definitely be talking about new love. Obviously, that's, you know, it's destined, it's fated. Someone that you could be meeting with your work, or like that you're going to go into business with. That could, like I said, be during a romance. Someone that you either have a family with, or you know, thinking about it, whatever. That could be someone that you end up going into business with, and it's kind of like this great, beautiful partnership. Now, others of you, this is speaking, we're talking about strictly finances and money. For some of you, the universe is literally giving you an opportunity to do something that you really, really love, okay? Whether it's doing something that you love or just what this opportunity is just gonna be so overflowing, so in alignment that it's destined. It was like there's no mistake that this was meant just for you, okay? For some of you, like I said, this is the universe showing up and showing out for you in a major way because of whatever this is that some of you have been grieving, whatever it is, this transformative type of energy, whatever doors for some of you that may have closed, that you knew that should have been yours or could have been yours, that you deserve to have, that were closed on you. That was for some of you a test to see, are you going to let that make you give up? Are you going to let that make you quit? And a lot of you didn't. And that's why the universe is showing up and appreciating you in a major way, okay? The wheel is showing up here literally twice. And this is a beautiful, beautiful way to end your finance reading, okay? To get a brand new opportunity to do something that you really love, or something that's just going to make you feel so, you know, full of love, so just overflowing. The universe showing you how much it loves and appreciates you, showing how on time the universe really is at everything. You know what I'm saying? Especially for those of you that may have been kind of starting to question, like, has the universe forgotten about me? Like, am I not loved? Like, do I not deserve to get good things? This is the universe showing up and showing out for you in a major, major way, okay? So hang in there, Cancer, okay? If things haven't started shifting yet, they're really fucking about to. No lie. No lie, no lie. So that's what I have for you. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I'd really appreciate if you smash that thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you have not. Feel free to drop it in the comments if you like. Let me know how it's resonating. And until next time, you guys, howdy.